All right, guys, here we go. As you can see, I'm a bit late. Technically, the blackout should have started at 7, but some stuff happened and I had to leave the house and I wasn't here to start it then. But yeah, here we go. We are officially starting the blackout. We are turning off the PS5. We are officially on blackout. What's up, guys? I'm just a gamer and I'm back with another video. As you saw in the intro, we are officially in the PSN Blackout, and I was pretty late to it just because, again, like, I was recording something earlier and then I had to leave, and then by the time I came back to actually, turn off, log out and turn off my PlayStation, it was already pretty late. It was already like 11 o'clock, if you saw. But we are officially in it. We are officially going through the PSN Blackout. And again, this, for those of you who don't know, this is in protest to Sony and their decision to kill physical games. And again, I feel like I need to reiterate why, because I see online so many people like really not understanding. They think it's about game preservation, or just because people are unhappy with just collectors in general, like you're just not happy having something physical in their hands. It's like, and I'm not gonna say that's not part of it, but because preservation is completely part of it. But the main thing about why we're upset that physical discs are being discontinued is because of ownership. As things stand right now, when you buy something digital, whether it be a game or movie, you don't actually buy it. You are only renting it. Which means that at any time, should the publisher decide to do so, they can take away that game or movie away from you. And there's examples of this already happening. Google removing somebody's Lord of the Rings movie from their library, Sony taking 500 movies away from their catalog, not just their catalog, but they went in and they removed movies from people's libraries, things they paid for, things they downloaded and owned. They took them away. No compensation, no reimbursement. So this same thing is possible with games, and I'm pretty sure they've done it with games as well. I'm just not really, not knowing on top of my head. And yeah, it's about ownership, because when you buy something, a game or movie physical, the license to that game or movie is on the disc. Legally, it has to be in the disc. So that means when you buy it physical, you actually and legally own that movie and game. And that is like the main thing for me, at least. I know there is like also like secondhand market, a monopoly, like pricing and all that stuff, like affordability, because obviously games can go on sale in stores and things of that with physical copies, while digital, it's just that price is that price forever, and if not, you're screwed, you're shit out of luck. And yeah, like there's a bunch of factors, but for me personally, the main thing is about ownership. And yeah, I mean, an all digital future, it is inevitable. It is. But as things are right now, we are not ready for that future. Until we get better digital consumer protections, we still need physical media. We still need physical disc games. And that is what prompted me to join the PSN Blackout, and that's why I ask if any of you to also join, if at all possible. And again, if you don't know, the PSN Blackout is where you basically you log out, or you log out of your PlayStation account, and you don't play online or buy anything or buy anything from PlayStation for a whole week, until I believe it's the 30th or 27th, or I can't remember the exact time. It's for this whole week. So yeah, I just wanted to reiterate that, explain it again, because I feel like so many people are like not really understanding. And yeah, if I missed any, like, what are your reasons? And if I missed anything, let me know in the comments down below. Love to hear from you. But from there, let us move on to my predictions for Gamescom Opening Night Live 2026, which is at this point tomorrow night. And yeah, this was actually really tough because I just could not really think of anything that, like, because I thought of a whole bunch of games, but they're games that I'm more sure they're not going to be there than they will be there. But there are a few that I'm just like we already know for a fact Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I think they've already, not Rebirth, Revelations is going to be there. I think they've already stated that they are going to be there. So like that's a lock. I know PlayStation, they said they're not going to be at Gamescom, but I'm not sure if that means they're just not going to be on the show floor, or that means they're not going to even have trailers there either. Like, I'm not sure if one equates to the other. I mean, it's totally possible for them not, they're not going to be there, meaning, hey, we're not going to have a stand, but that could also, but they can still have trailers during Opening Night Live, so I don't know. But yeah, so the only game I can think of they would even want to show at this point would be something for God of War Lao Fei. But we'll get to that. We'll come back to that one. But yeah, so there's already like a few things that we've like already pretty much know that's going to be there. So I'm just trying to focus on things that like may be surprising, or things we haven't heard from in a while, or things I'm hoping just to see. The first one of which I'm actually pretty sure will be there, because the developer came out finally and spoke out after so long of radio silence, is The Last Night. And for those of you who don't remember, The Last Night was shown off, holy, I can't remember how long ago. I think it was still E3. I think there was still E3 when it was first shown. And it was the game that basically inspired the style of Replaced, where it was like 8-bit graphics, and it was like an adventure mystery, or like not like we don't even know what it was, because all we ever got was like that one trailer showing like a noir cyberpunk type person, and he's like running and shooting, and there's like a whole bunch of stuff, and like, but it was the art style that really blew people away, and like, whoa, that looked amazing. But it went radio silence for I don't even know how long it's been technically, because it was so long ago. And like I said, like other games like Replaced had that art style that people were like craving and hoping for Last Night. And the developer finally broke radio silence, and he said that like the game is still coming, that he's excited to like finally talk about it. So that makes me think that it's gonna show up at Gamescom. Like, I'm pretty sure like him finally coming out and saying that means that it's like he's ready to show something, and it's gonna be at Gamescom. So I think that's gonna be my first game prediction for Gamescom is going to be The Last Night, and I'm really excited. I'm really hoping it shows off really well. Next up is a game that I constantly say, hey, we're gonna finally see it, and we never do. But I'm just gonna keep saying it until it finally happens, and that is Judas. Like, again, Kevin Feige, or whatever, I can't remember his name anymore. Like, this game has been, I don't know where this game's been. It's been a hot minute since we've heard of it, or heard from it, and I'm starting to wonder, was it canceled and I'm just not like remembering or hearing about it? But yeah, this is a game that a lot of people were like really, creator of BioShock, and it's like a spiritual successor to BioShock in that sense. And like, yeah, it's just, we have not seen or heard of this game in a hot minute, or at least I haven't. So I'm like always saying, hey, we're gonna finally see it. It's been long enough. So again, so here I am again. I'm gonna say Judas once again, and hope that it shows up, because again, it has been a while. We really haven't seen anything of the game in so long, and yeah, I mean, it should be time by now at this point. At least to me. And a game that actually, was recently announced at Xbox's showcase, and it actually, resonated well with a lot of people. A lot of people were like excited for it. Was Magician, The Devil's Deal. The game looked interesting. It looked fun, and the premise looked really cool, and like again it captivated a lot of people. So I'm very curious to see like if Xbox will pounce on this excitement and really start promoting and hyping this game up. So yeah, I'm hoping really that we'll see something for Magician's Devil's Deal, because we saw just a snippet of it at the Xbox showcase, and they did show some gameplay at the end. So there's no reason why they wouldn't be able to show more. And I think Xbox at this point, they need all the goodwill they can get. And yeah, I think showing off the Magicians, more of the Magicians, the Devil's Deal, would be good for them. So yeah, I'm gonna say maybe we'll see something for Magicians, the Devil's Deal here. Another game I think we have a good chance of seeing is Exodus. This is the Mass Effect style action RPG that a lot of people are excited for, and I picked this over The Expanse Osiris Reborn just because, again, I'm trying to remember, but I think with those The Expanse Osiris Reborn, I think after feedback they were saying they wanted to change or fine-tune some things. So yeah, I think there's a better chance of us seeing Exodus than Osiris Reborn. And also because with Exodus, it has been in development for quite a while now, and we still don't have like even a release window. So I think this, where they're at now, what they've shown so far, I think we'll at least get, if not a release date, we're gonna get a release window. And if I had to really put money on it, I would say late 2027 or early 2028. That's my guess for the release date for Exodus, or release window for Exodus. And yeah, I think we have a better chance of seeing a release window for this game than for the Osiris Reborn. And just because, again, I think with Osiris Reborn, they said they wanted to, fine tune and change some things and work some things out. But yeah, I think that's a one we have a good chance of seeing. I think we have a good chance of seeing Osiris Reborn. I mean, the Exodus. See, now is where things get a little tough, because now, like, I'm trying to think. I probably should have written these down. But I'm trying to think, what could... Let's go to Sega. What could... the only thing off the top of my head I can think of for Sega would be Alien Isolation 2. We can maybe see like a gameplay trailer of some sort, just because we got the announcement trailer and we saw like just little snippets here of gameplay. But I think they've actually people have played the game, so I think that we can maybe see a trailer for Alien Isolation 2. Dang, what else can we maybe see? Oh, Blood Message. I was just thinking about, like, we've seen a lot of people are excited for Blood Message, and really good word of mouth to that. A lot of people have seen it, and I think some people have played it, and they've said good things. And it's a game that, like, they've really been promoting quite a bit recently. So Blood Message would be another good one. Could we maybe see something for Stellar Blade Blood Rain? I mean, the studio really needs some goodwill at the moment, just because of the debacle with the main character's design. Some people thinking she looks too young, and then the whole thing was like them releasing that AI generated music video, which people were not happy with at all whatsoever. That was a whole thing. So I think that maybe now would be a good time to show something, and explicitly say that, hey, we made this is not AI, this is our baby, something of that nature. They need some goodwill at this point, so maybe them showing something would be a good move on their part. But still, I feel like that may be way too... That could still be a long ways off, I think. I think it's maybe too soon. I think we have a better chance of seeing Lies of P2 than Stellar Blade 2. And I say that knowing that I think Neowiz themselves have already said that, like, development of the game has already started. But again, even that might be too soon as well. So yeah, man, like again, there's so many games I'm just trying to think off the top of my head that we can maybe see, or that I honestly these are games that I would want to see, but like I don't know, those two, even those two to me seem like a long shot. But if I had to choose between the two, I think we have a better chance of seeing Lives of P2 than Stellar Blade 2. That's me though. That's just me. Moving on to Capcom, my heart wants to say, Code Veronica, but logically, I would say it's gonna be Monster Hunter Wilds Ascendant, the expansion. Just because, again, I think it might be, it might be too soon for Code Veronica. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see Code. I see them showing off more Wilds before Code Veronica. But man, again, my heart wants to say we'll see. My heart wants Code Veronica to be there, but I just don't think it will. I think we're more likely to see Monster Hunter Wilds Ascendants than we will Code Veronica. So I think I'm gonna go with that. I think when it comes to Capcom, I'm gonna go with Monster Hunter Wilds Ascendants. And then yeah, I'm not sure what else at that point. Maybe the John Wick game? No, because even when it was shown off at PlayStation State of Play up, that was like more of a concept. It was an announcement, but like the gameplay was still not there. It was, I think it's way too early. And then finally, so let's getting it over with. Speaking of PlayStation, part of me wonders if the reason they're not going to be at Gamescom is because they know how many people would be like going up to their booth protesting. Who knows if somebody else might do dumb shit at their booth or presence at Gamescom, especially since the news to them stopping discs, I think, is impacting those countries more than the US, and they're the ones that are more unhappy than anyone else. So yeah, part of me thinks them not going to Gamescom might be because they don't want to they don't want to risk any bad PR with people coming to protest them. I think, and even if they like, even if that's not the case, even if they they say they've already said they're not gonna have a booth there, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're not gonna show nothing on opening night live. And even then, I don't see God of War Lao Fei showing up at opening night live. I don't know. I just think they want to do that on their own time, but the game does apparently come out technically early next year, so they might want to start getting that ball rolling. I don't know. That's a tough one. Because I'm trying to think, what else would they want to show off? Now, off the top of my head, I can't even think of another PlayStation game. Oh, Kenna. Kenna 2 or Kenna Scars of Kazmora. That has a higher chance of showing up at Gamescom than God of War Lao Fei to me. I mean, let's just go with that. I'm gonna say Kenna 2. I'm gonna say Kenna 2, Scars of Kazmora. Maybe we'll get a release date trailer, because technically the game was supposed to come out this year, but for all we know, it's maybe gotten delayed. And yeah, like I see that showing up over Lao Fei. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Kenna. And then I try to think of smaller games as well. I mean, I don't know if it's a small game, but like Gen Atlas, the game from the creator of Shadow of the Colossus, Last Guardian, and Ico, again, I wouldn't say it's a small game, but like he's very, like his games are very like more of an experience, or like transcendence and stuff like that. I don't know how else to describe it, but like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what? Let's just say Gen Atlas. Let's say we'll maybe see something for Gen Atlas. Like we'll see like an extended gameplay segment of like how the game actually functions and works, and like what we're doing in the world that we've seen so far. And then, oh, what was the name of that game that had the voice acting of that actor Stellan Skarsgård? Uh, Ontos? I think it was Ontos. That's another game I think we could maybe see a little bit of, because what we saw before was just mostly like a cinematic trailer, like a cinematic reveal or announcement trailer. So yeah, that's another smaller game that I think can show up. And yeah, I can't think of anything else. I think that's it. Again, we know for a fact that Final Fantasy VII Revelation is going to show up, and did Microsoft also say that Fable would be there? I feel like they said it would, but I'm not remembering. Point is though, I've already gone way over what I meant to say. Like I've listed off so many games, and I'm pretty sure I am absolutely wrong about almost every single game here. So like, yeah, my predictions are kind of all over the place. I took a second to, write them down. So yeah, I'm gonna say The Last Night is gonna show up just because, again, the developer finally came out and spoke out, like, talking about the game again. I'm gonna say Judas just because I always say Judas. At some point that game's gonna have to show back up. Xbox, I think they want to keep people invested and interested, so I think Magician's the Devil's Deal. If they're smart, they'll show something of that game. Exodus, I would like to say it would, maybe we'll finally get a release date trailer. I think it's time. Again, I think we'll see something for Lies of P2 over Stellar Blade Blood Rain. That's just me though. Just because, Stellar Blade Blood Rain, they need to get back on people's good graces, so them showing something off would be, could help with that. But I don't know, I think we have a better chance of seeing Lies of P2 than Stellar Blade Blood Rain. And then, whoa, I just thought of it, but what about Wo Long 2? That showed up at the Xbox thing, and no, let's not go with that. But for Capcom, I said that there's a higher chance of us seeing Monster Hunter Wilds over Code Veronica, because I don't know, I think it might be too early for Code Veronica. I think they'd want to focus on Monster Hunter Wild Descendants. I said Alias and Isolation 2. I said Blood Message. I said Ontos. I said Gen Atlas. I think it's too early for John Wick. Maybe something for Fable, just because that game is coming up soon next year. And again, we already know for a fact that Final Fantasy VII Revelations, it will be at the Game Awards. And then when it comes to PlayStation, I would say we're gonna see Kena Scars of Kazumora over anything for God of War Lao Fei. I think that they're gonna want to save that for themselves. State of play of some kind. In when is their next state of play? Technically, is it usually, do they give one in September or October or something like that? I think they're gonna save it for that, which again is gonna be very interesting with how that's gonna go, just because their state of play with Phantom Blade Zero apparently was kind of flooded with the whole protests and stuff. And yeah, I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I think that's it. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Those are what I'm gonna lock in, and that's what I'm gonna be looking out for. But obviously, there's gonna be plenty of games that are gonna be revealed and announced at Opening Night Live itself. So I'm just very excited for the show in general, and it is tomorrow, so don't have to wait long. But those are my predictions, and yeah, I have officially joined the PSN Blackout. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or comment down below. I'd appreciate any and all feedback. Subscribe. I swear I'm gonna start streaming soon, and when I do, you can watch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/JustAGamerInc, all together in word, or you can click the link below and watch me right here on YouTube. But what are your predictions for Gamescom Opening Night Live, which is again tomorrow? Are you excited for it? Are you lukewarm on it? Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you. And also, are you joining the PSN Blackout? Are you following, me and other people? Let me know that too. I would love to hear what your plans are following this blackout. And yeah. Oh, again, also, there is a crap ton of games coming out in the coming weeks at this point. So if you're willing and able, please check out the link below and help me buy games, because there's just so many coming out and I need help buying them. So again, if you're willing and able, please check out the link below. But regardless, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care and have a good game.